Hey, count out to the geeks. We're still at Fantastic Fest. We are interviewing Paul Lazenby from Deathstalker. If you don't know this movie, it's old school nostalgia. It takes you back from practicals to special effects. You know, we haven't had a movie like this in a good while. And not only that, Paul played the evil character in this movie and did all his own stunts. So how did you get the job, sir?
Well, Daniel Bernhardt, star of Deathstalker, and myself, we go back at least 10 years. We met on the set of Altered Carbon. We hit it off. So every time Daniel would come through town, let's come through Vancouver, where I'm from, on a project, we'd get together, we'd have dinner, and he would always say the same thing. It's like, Paul, look, you can't do this stuff forever. I know you're a good actor. You're acting all the time. We need to get a good, big size role for you and I to work together on. And so, years went by, and he was always saying that, it's hard to make stuff happen in this industry. And then one day, and it was right after I booked a role on The Smashing Machine, so I was really happy about that. But then I got a call from Daniel. First words out of his mouth, I found it. Like, you found what? He goes, I found the role, dude. Like, we need to get you this role. And that was Joe Tack and Deathstalker.
Wow. So where did you find the inspiration to play this character, evil character?
I've been a pro wrestler for a long time. I've been a pro fighter for a long time. I've been a pro strongman. I competed strongman. And I was a bouncer and bodyguard for a lot of years. So I have rubbed shoulders with so many psychopaths. I couldn't possibly count them. So I've got a lot of experience to draw on, because you see a guy like Joe Tack, I know that guy in various different incarnations.
Wow. So how did you and Daniel choreography for the fight scene? Like, did y'all work together and say, hey, this is what we're going to do? Kind of like wrestling?
Well, it's it's standard fight choreography in film. If you rehearse. Shout out to the stunt crews. Got a couple of really talented dudes that Daniel brought in to help us with the sword work and everything like that. Shane and Lee, shout out to you guys. And they were great, because I'm not a dexterity based guy. You're a big guy yourself. When you got to get something done, there's generally not a lot of finesse. We tend to be brute force guys, right?
Yeah.
So I do know some basic sword work, but Lee and Shane really broke it down for me, and they worked with me just reps, and get about 2 full days of rehearsal.
Wow.
To get all the sword work put together.
Wow. So was this, I know you've been in other movies, a lot of stunts or CGI somewhat backgrounds. How was it working on this one with full practicals?
I love it, because I'm old, so I grew up when in the 80s and 90s. That was when I was in high school, and then coming into young adulthood, and I love trauma movies, and I love Sorority Babes and the Slime Ball Bowl-O-Rama, one of my favorite movies. Just this stuff that doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's also not like checking in with the audience all the time, reminding you it's a show. It makes itself just seriously enough, and practical effects. I love practical effects, man, especially when they're well done. Like Steven and his team are so freaking talented. Steve and Josh, just the stuff that they put together is crazy. And I like the look. I like the aesthetic of, and there's something about it being physical, and that there's people involved in doing that. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate AI, I don't hate CGI, but they have their place, and I think they're rapidly becoming overused. And after a while, you lose the connection with the audience. When you know it's real, then there's a connection that you're not going to get otherwise.
Like here, there's one scene, guys, you're going to want to see it. It's just blood everywhere.
No, just one? There's a few scenes with blood everywhere. You got a weak stomach, don't come to Deathstalker, or bring a bag.
But yes, you're going to enjoy it. The fight scenes are awesome. The story, it takes you back. It takes you back if you grew up in the nostalgia 80s. I was so happy to hear it. So this was your first time watching it tonight.
Yes.
How was it watching it amongst the crowd?
Awesome. And I'm glad I got to enjoy it. That's one reason. This is a throwback movie, and I think it's best enjoyed in a throwback environment, with a crowd, with an audience reacting to it. I also love, shout out to Alamo Drafthouse for still enforcing the rules. Don't be an asshole. Keep your phone off. We will throw you out for talking. I love that. There's not enough of that in theaters these days. So I was so happy to watch it with those girls in play. But yeah, it's one thing I love about Steve Kostanski is just he's got an old school mindset. You know, he wants to tell stories the way they used to be told. And unfortunately, there's been a lot more emphasis in the film industry lately on the sizzle and not enough on the steak. And Steve is very much about the steak itself, the substance of it.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm really glad I got to see it in the theater. I'm going to watch it again for the Vancouver Film Festival premiere on October 3rd. I'm going to see it in the Real Theater, which is an old place again. So it's the right environment. This is such a throwback project. I know that on the Kickstarter to raise more money for the effects, one of the rewards was a Deathstalker VHS, and I have told Steve Kostanski I will burn his house down if I don't get a copy of that, because I still got my VCR of that.
VHS is coming back. Go buy them while you can, because they're going to be worth money, because people are selling them. There's some stuff that sells for 50, 60 to $100, and it's old VHS movies.
Yep.
We need whoever can jump on and start making new VCRs like they did the vinyl record players. We need that.
Yeah, and if you're in Vancouver, go to Video Cat. They'll hook you up with a VCR and all kinds of VHS tapes. They're awesome. Yeah. Video Cat.
That's freaking awesome. Sir, I want to thank you for taking the time to come.
Thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it so much. Guys, you're going to want to check it out. It's going to be on Netflix. But if you get a chance, go watch it in theaters. That's where you want to watch it. Peace.